Welcome to Answers from Within. From the author of the All-Knowing Diary, Mind Lies and the Truths That Will Set You Free.
All right, everyone, welcome to Answers from Within. I'm Daniel, and we are going to be talking to Jennifer. Hello.
Hi, Daniel. Good to talk to you again.
Thank you. Great chatting with you. Tell me.
Well, I've got something I've been lingering, I guess because I'm afraid, but I knew you'd be the one to talk to. So my daughter, 8 years old. We've had some academic struggles, and I just need some insight from you.
Who's having the struggles, her or you?
Exactly. I know. I can do everything with all my might until it comes to that subject with her, and I need help.
Well, tell me what you perceive as a struggle, because I'm seeing things different. I'm seeing that she's digging. Okay. I'm seeing she's digging her heels in to get mummy's attention. And mummy is seeing this as a problem, as a struggle. So let me hear your side of the story.
Okay. Well, ever since she was 3, we've always had this struggle that she's behind, academically or developing, according to her peers. So it's always been an ongoing issue. We've had similarities with her older brother. She's been diagnosed, don't like to say that word, but I'm just using it from the protocol of what they've said, ADHD, ADD, dyslexia, and dysgraphia. And we held her back. I know, Daniel, I'm just giving you the...
I know, you keep going, go on.
So... we went through that protocol just recently. She's been crying for help as far as, Mom, I can't read. Been doing amazing work with UI for this very reason. I got into UI for my kids, and it's been amazing. Did the practitioner training, and wow, came back, took a week of just family time trying to do what I could, block after block for her. We went to see a neurologist. And all they could tell me was, it's going to take time. Her brain's development at different areas, different paths, they're not in sequence. And I don't know what to tell you beyond that.
Okay, I'll take the
Let me down, let her...
I will take the microphone from here.
Okay. Yes, please.
Okay. One of the biggest causes of a slow developmental process in a child is that they can feel from mum and dad that this is significant, that this is a big deal for us. And the minute they feel that, they kind of cannot help but put the brakes on to show up for you. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me that this shit is important to you? I'm this incredible life form and you're worried about my academia? And I'm pulling back on words on what your daughter's saying. She's dropping the F-bomb left, right, and center here. This is what these kids do. They are here to be mirrors. They are here to show up where we are attached to societal belief systems that are no longer valid, that no longer hold weight. And more so, they are here to show up where we are holding ourselves back and in turn holding our kids back. So that is going to be the very first thing that happens when they feel we are significantly attached to a particular outcome in their life. If you were worried about how she looked, her appearance, you wanted her to be a beauty queen, she'll show that up. If you were worried about how she acted in public, boom, she's going to show that up. Because you guys want her to have a great life, don't you? Obviously.
Yes.
You have it in your awareness, a checklist, subconsciously, I'm seeing to you, you have a checklist, what will ensure she has a great life? One of them is some form of academic standing. And you don't even have it as huge, but you see it as significant, right?
Yes.
You see, if she does not tick that box, oh, the world's going to be cruel to her. It's going to be hard. She won't be accepted. She won't be embraced. Now, this is all your stuff. This is your husband's stuff. So you guys are trying at your best, in most loving way, to protect your daughter from the struggles and stresses that you have endured. But more, you are trying to protect yourselves from feeling like you haven't done a good enough job as parents. So we compensate as parents. We compensate and go, well, I'm going to make sure they get all these things right. That way, I don't need to feel bad about myself if they struggle. I don't, it's kind of like that way, I don't need to feel sorry for them if they struggle. So we kind of make all these compensations to help them cope and to help ourselves cope. But what inevitably ends up happening is she's trying to show you, hey, mum, you still got the baggage that you're not doing a good enough job, and I'm now going to show that up for you. Because that's what this is ultimately about, is your need for her to have some academic comparison or be on par is actually all about, am I doing a good enough job as a parent? Now, I can feel people listening to this going, oh, yes, but society, you need to have literacy and you need to be this, you need to be able to fit in. That's all completely outdated bullshit. Completely. So we need to get you into the space of whether your daughter achieves or doesn't, is a genius or isn't, you've still done an amazing job as a mother. Because whilst you are still coming from, if I don't fix this, I'm being a bad parent, God, it's going to be a slow journey for you guys. She will hold those brakes on indefinitely until you and your husband realize you've already done a great job. And I've got to say, I get, when parents ring up about their children, the children's biggest complaint is about, God, Mum and Dad, for God's sake, can you just see yourself as awesome as I see you? If you saw yourself as awesome, there wouldn't be any problems in my development. Because the kids feel that we're worried and stressed, and they feel, oh my God, there's something wrong with me. I need to compensate for this somehow. Mum's worried that I'm not smart enough or not developing fast enough. Oh my God, I'm not developing fast enough becomes their identity. And so the greatest advice any parent can live by is to always see our child as perfect. Because then they're able to flourish without confines, without these boundaries and parameters that end up leading to learning difficulties, drugs, sex, all these things. That's how they cope with it. So I'm going to set you some homework, Jennifer. And that is to clear what's in your way of realizing you are an amazing mother. And sharing that breakthrough with your husband so he can realize he is an amazing father. Because it's very hard to make inroads with the children whilst we're still making them wrong. We're still seeing that there's something wrong with them. It's very difficult. And I see that with my child. You know, he comes home and he gets in trouble at school. My instinctive reaction is to what my father's reaction with me was: get angry, yell, scream, whatever. But I watch what happens to him when I do that. He can't hear a word I'm saying. Can't hear it. You know? And then when I take myself out of that space and go, he is a very smart kid, and I just need to hit on the truth. And when I hit on the truth, bang, then he listens. Kids need truth. They're like truth sponges. And we're going to look at the truth for your daughter in a minute, okay? But I wanted to give you your homework first.
Thank you.
Let me help you out. I feel I got to help you out a little bit on that one. Let me go. Let me have a look at this for you. What is the truth for you? Do you love what you have created with your children?
I do. Beyond in love, like the gratitude and love I feel for them, for where I'm at because of them, it's just magical.
So is there a better qualification for a parent than that?
No way. With the gifts of what they integrate and knowing that love is the answer to everything, no way.
There isn't. Because you could do all the studies on how to be a great parent and what to say and how to discipline. But if you ain't coming from that space of love, what does it mean? Nothing.
That's right.
So you're in complete love and gratitude for your children. That's what makes you an incredible, perfectly suited mother to your child. There's no better qualification. Because it's the parents that aren't in complete gratitude of their children that destroy their children. That aren't completely in love with their children that destroy them. Now, when I was growing up, my mother was dealing with more resentment, more fear than love. And I suffered because of that. But you got to understand, your children are dealing with more love and gratitude than fear, which makes you an awesome mother. And it's awesome doesn't even capture it. It makes you the perfect mother for them. So it feels to me like you're integrating that. Are you?
Yes, I am.
There's no other...
It resonates when I listened to your truth course today that was about love.
Are you listening to the truth course at the moment? So,
yes, I am.
So here is a mother that not only loves and is full of gratitude for her children, now you're going through the truth course, which is one of the most profound journeys of healing your identity that I've ever, well, it is more than anything I've ever come up with, that's come through me, I should say. Doesn't that make you even more of the most perfect mother for your children? that you are dedicated
I'm feeling
to healing that identity to such a point that your kids don't inherit it?
yes, yes, yes.
There's a crown on your head. Can you see this crown on your head of what an amazing mother you are? You've been crowned the perfect mother for your child.
Ooh,
All right, now let's look at some
I
truth.
just needed to hear.
There you go. You heard it. You heard it from the source's mouth. Now I'm going to look at some truth for your daughter. How old did you say she was again?
8.
8.
8.
8. There's a couple of things that your daughter needs to know. One is that she's not being compared to her brother. That is one of her pet peeves. She needs to know that no matter how she turns out, she's perfect. And truthfully, we as parents have very little concept on how a child should turn out. Think about it. We think they should be like us or better than. Sometimes, we hope that they, come close. But the truth is we have no idea what a child should develop into. We don't. There isn't this perfect incarnation, belief-free incarnation out there roaming the earth for us to even have a benchmark. So anything short of perfection, divinity, is not an adequate benchmark. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. So why apply a benchmark when we have no idea of what it should be? We don't know what a completely enlightened child should look like as an adult. You might think of the Dalai Lama, but that's just one version. That's an old man version who's lived based on how he was raised and taught. So the trick about parenting is to not fast forward ahead and go, this is how I want my child to turn out. You have no idea. It's like this seed, you find the seed on the ground, you plant it in a pot, and then you start going, oh, I hope it looks like a rose, or I hope that turns out into this, and I hope it looks like a daffodil. No, you just got to let it grow, and it will show you what it will bloom into. You can't overlay your version, your wants, your preferences. That's just compensating for our own shit, our own inadequacies. The most powerful parenting is, let's wait and see. Let's watch perfection evolve. And the more you can be in that space, the more they're going to blow you away. And we worry as parents, what's our child going to turn out like? Amazing. Incredible. Nothing the world has ever seen before. So why the fuck are you worrying? Right? That's the messages I get. Like, oh, I'm so worried about what my son's going to be like when he's 18. It's like, he's going to be mind-blowing. Like, what are you worried about? The world hasn't seen this before. They're already, aren't they already running rings around you?
Oh yeah.
I've got a 5-year-old who's running rings around me. A 9-year-old who's just beyond description. And why do we worry? We think they're going to turn out the way we turned out as teenagers. They're nowhere near it. So, your daughter doesn't like to be compared to your brother, doesn't want to be told or thought of how she should turn out or will turn out. Stop going into the future with her. She doesn't like that. She doesn't like doctors either. Doesn't like doctors. She's looking at them like this. What do you know? What do you know?
You are right.
Oh my God. These children that are coming into our families now are enlightened beings. They don't require worrying about. They require boundaries. Let me be very clear about that. There's no question they require boundaries, but boundaries don't require judgments. Yeah, they just require enforcing. Now, I just want to get to a nice deep truth for your daughter just to put her at ease because she's a little bit worried. She's worried. Let me have a look.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you something sad. It's going to make you sad, but we're going to get through it, okay? She is now worried that perhaps she's come into the wrong family now. She's like, I'm disappointing my parents. I'm not who they thought I should be. Maybe I shouldn't have come.
Oh, shit.
No, it's okay. It's just sad. That's all it is, nothing more. And we're going to look at what she needs to heal from that. Okay, so this is Mum. This is Mum. Mum is,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not good enough for her. Yeah, that just landed. So you holding this space of, maybe I'm not the right one for her, maybe I haven't done a good enough job, is landing her in the space of, maybe I shouldn't have come to this family. So a little bit more homework for you, my dear, on that one. But it's easily fixed. And we're going to look at a truth now to put her back into shape, okay? What is the most important truth? What's your daughter's name?
Juliana.
Don't stress, Mummy. It's okay. We're going to fix this. Oh, this is magnificent. Okay, she just showed me. Do you know what? I'm going to give you an analogy here to show this to you. I've been kind of walking around life going, why did we invent so many things that need electricity to work? You know, if electricity needs so much fossil fuels and is so hard to create, it requires so much energy to create, why did we create so many things that need it? Like, why did we do that? And she's showing me, what if there was more to life than intelligence? What if I was bringing through something even more important? Could you be okay with that, Mummy? What if this wiring in my brain was so... God, I can't even use these words she's showing me. What if this wiring was... I've got to swear, okay? I'm just going to warn everyone. It's the only way. She's saying it to me. She goes, what if it was so fucking deliberate, purposeful to allow in a new energy, a new frequency to come in? Would you be okay with that, Mummy?
Heck yeah.
She is like, you have no concept of this purposefulness of the wiring in her brain. No concept. It is so advanced. It just doesn't look advanced because you're looking at it from the wrong angle. You're looking at it, it needs to be doing this, and she's going, oh no, it needs to be doing this. You just don't know. You've never conceived of this before. It's like she's going, we don't need to bring electricity in to make this thing work. This runs on something else. This runs on steam, you know, whatever it might be. This is something else. But you have to be okay with learning what this something else is, because it's going to help you.
Okay.
There are so many other energies on this planet, frequencies, concepts, that we haven't even, we just don't allow them in on this planet. Imagine 100% equals all the frequencies in the universe, and it doesn't even make sense to say that, because 100% implies a finite level. It's constantly changing and evolving and adding new ones. So she's like saying, you've got like 1% on this planet, like 1. I'm trying to bring in another 5. Like, come on, man, get out of my way. Let this happen.
Oh gosh, I guess she'll be logging in soon for the next few UI courses.
she'll be teaching them. She has got something so unique to bring through, and it's kind of like a mixture of love and joy and buoyant and happiness and intelligence, all rolled into one, that there aren't words to describe what she's trying to bring in here. She's showing me that you see it in her, this exuberance. Do you see that in her?
Yeah, she's magical.
She's magical. What? She's magical. Yeah, you remember that. You remember that. She's magical. She's trying to bring in this magic. And it may not fit in the school system. She may not go through the classes the way you've expected her to go through. In fact, it's pretty unlikely that she will. And she will not be an adult in the way that you're used to seeing adults. And thank God for that. Adults are unhappy. You have to be prepared for this little fairy angel being that is going to just show you that life can be a holiday, life can be a vacation. And you're trying to say, get back to work, and she's saying, no, you get out of work. You get back into a vacation. Again, she does need her boundaries, no question. Something to do with her brother there, like just like sometimes gets so angry. I'm seeing she gets really angry at him. She's showing me, she's like, I'm really angry, and what she's saying when she's angry at him is, I will never be anything like you. And you can't make me. Even though Mummy and Daddy have been trying to make me like you, I will never be like you.
You hit it right on, Daniel, when you did say angelic. She's very connected to her angels. Very, very connected.
connected. She is all the angels.
Yes, you're right.
She's all of
Yes,
them.
yes.
She's all of them. I'm quite familiar with such a being, let me tell you.
Oh.
You're very lucky. You're very lucky. She's reminding you where you came from, Mummy.
I see it now that you're very much clearer. Much clearer. Thank you.
She's like the Tinkerbell that comes knocking on Wendy's door and says, "Come fly." Do you remember when we used to fly together? Come on, Mummy, come fly with me.
Yes, that's my next to-do list for her. Yes, for sure.
Beautiful. Well, my dear, on that note, we're going to complete with you. You have everything you need there.
You.
So if you have a question that needs answering, come along to danielanswers.com and remember to subscribe to be invited to my free webinars. See you there.